Living in several countries makes you realize that cultural identity isn't static, it is something that evolves. We tend to define people by asking where they are from, but I think an equally interesting question is, where have you lived? Because every place you call home, even for a short period of time, leaves its imprint on your personality, habits, communication style, and the way you see the world. I have lived in several countries, and with every move I have picked up little pieces of each culture. Some stayed in the way I communicate, others in how I approach work, spend my weekends, or even in my food preferences. I don't think you can completely replace your cultural identity. Instead, you gradually add to it while understanding that the culture you grew up in will always remain somewhere in the background. It becomes a kind of like quiet background noise that occasionally influences how you think or react. Living abroad also makes you question things you once accepted without thinking. For me, for example, one of those things were superstitions. Growing up, they were simply part of my everyday life. But living in Mexico, where people didn't seem to pay much attention to them, I remember asking myself, so how come can these superstitions work in one country but not in another? That question made me realize how many of our beliefs are inherited from the culture we grow up in, rather than consciously chosen. To me, that's one of the greatest gifts of relocation. Living in another culture expands your world far beyond geography. It teaches you new ways of thinking, communicating, solving problems, and simply living. It also gives you the opportunity to consciously choose which parts of your cultural identity you want to carry forward and which ones you're ready to leave behind. I think staying in one place your entire life can feel comfortable, definitely. But it can also be limiting because you never get the chance to discover that there are many different, equally valid ways to see the world. Every new culture adds another layer to your perspective, making life richer, more interesting, and definitely more creative.